Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. Today, I'm going to entitle this video Guitar Maintenance, and I think this is a pretty helpful, useful video. And it's mainly geared towards the professional musician, which these people probably know already, the intermediate guitar players and the beginners who wants to have an idea of what's to come and what to expect. Because when you play professionally like myself for hours a day, 10, 11, 12 hours, sometimes you play all night long, get 3 hours worth of sleep. It's important for your guitar to feel comfortable to you. Because what happens is this, and I noticed this, over the last couple of years, and it's getting more predominant. And I don't know why, but it does. When I was 17 years old, my guitar basically kind of felt the same for a long period of time. Now I know within the last 10 years, every year I have to get a professional setup because the guitar neck tends to bow because of the humidity, strings raise up, and it feels terrible to play, and it's a noticeable different from when you first got your guitar. So it's really important to go get a professional setup. Now, you got some people that think they know everything and they can fix it. I've always been this kind of person. If I don't know how to do this, I'm going to easily turn over to the guy that does this. It's not going to be no testosterone thing. I'm a man. I know how to do this. I'll figure it out. It's ridiculous. But you guys people that want to go that route. But me personally, I've noticed that, some of my guitars bow up. And they bow up to the point where it's like they're just not comfortable to me because my first priority or first thing is this, and it's 3 levels. Got to feel good to play. You should be able to play your guitar for hours without it. It's killing my hand. I can't get through one song with that F chord. The second one is sounding good, which is not really hard to achieve. And you'd be surprised, just changing your string sometime will give you a world of difference in the sound of your guitar. Number 3 is it got to look good. And that's the last one. I can live without that because this is probably the ugliest guitar that I have in my collection. But it's one of the best. It's the best feeling guitar I've ever played. Because, you go through periods where you say, let me try something different. I was not a big fan of the Relic. I'm like, I don't want my shit looking all beat up and ugly. I like my shit pretty. But I said, what, let me just get one. And I bought one from a guy, and I fell in love with this thing. I take this thing everywhere I go when I play now. And it's a studio working on my new CD. So it's really important because over a period of time, the humidity wreaks havoc on the neck, and it rises up. And sometimes if it's just ever so slightly, you can go up here and, lower it a little bit. But when it's really up there and very noticeable, it means that you have to have that metal rod in there adjusted to straighten the neck back out. Now, again, you got some people that think they can become venturous and try to do it themselves and make it worse. It just makes sense. Go take it to somebody to know how to do it. Because I look at it this way, and it's just my opinion, my personal opinion. I'm a guitar player. I don't want to be a guitar player / techie dude. I don't know nothing about wood. I don't care where the guitar came from. I know nothing about the names of pickups because, I'm just focusing on playing this thing. But you got some people, and, more power to them. They want to know all this stuff, and it's important. I'm not trying to go behind somebody that does this for a living and think that I can do better. Just that idea, that thought, and that concept it's funny to me because it's like, that's just like saying, a brain surgeon. Well, I think I could do better than him, so let me go to the operating room tomorrow. I mean, it's a ridiculous comparison, but it's just kind of ridiculous that you got some people that think that they can do all that. Well, let me install the pickups because for some reason I don't like these pickups. Real simple. Go to the music store, find a guitar that you already like, buy it. And still, I'm going to take this home, and I'm going to tweak it and gut it out. I'm going to just to change the bridge. And again, more power to you if that's what you like to do, because there's some people that like to tinker. I don't want to tinker. I just want to play these things. So it's really important that I would say maybe once a year, get your guitar, set up professional setup, because for some reason about the humidity these days, because when I was like 17, 18, I didn't notice that. Maybe I just didn't notice it, or it just wasn't happening. Now I notice that now, where I have to actually every year certain guitars, because my Les Paul, I've never had to adjust anything, no Truss riders. The action is basically still the same. And I think one reason, well, for one, is the expensive Les Paul. For two, the Les Paul necks are thicker. They're wider, they're thicker, and I think that makes a difference too. Because my Strat guitars, their action raise up on these suckers, and then you start to feel that metal strip across it that you never felt before. And you're like, hey, what's going on? So sometimes you have to take them in and get those adjusted by a professional who goes in and adjusts the metal rod, and they call it truss rod. And they have these little scale things where they can do the ratio from the distance to how high the strings are. Instead of, you don't have that, don't know how to use, you just going by, it feels okay. And when a professional looks at it, he can see that they're not all evenly done across. The E string is higher than the B string, and the B string is same as the D string. It's just like that. But and it doesn't cost that much. It'd be different if it was like $100. The guy that now does my custom guitars, he charged me actually the first time he charged me only $15. But I was like, man, I'm gonna give you 50. Now I said I'm gonna give you 60 because I know, you're paying for your time. And he said, okay, 50. I'm like, okay, because I'm like, I don't want to underpay another man for his work, because one of my father's saying is, never ask another grown man for something you're not willing to pay for. And there's some people that don't realize they kind of intruding on your time, and guess what? 100 other people didn't ask for the same thing, so why should you get treated different from these other 100 people who have to pay? And forgive me kind of for venturing off from that, but I just want to make this statement that there's some people that don't realize that on any given basis, any day, on any given day, I get at least 75, if not to 100 requests a day. And these other people don't realize, well, I want to ask for this, and they don't realize that, guess what? 75 other people ask for the same thing today. So, unfortunately, I can't do that anymore. When my channel was small, 200 subscribers every blue moon, could you do this? Absolutely. But, keep that in mind, because I do have a tabbing service. If you're really interested in learning your any given song, $15 or $2 something minimum. Sometimes it's $20 because it's a little more involved. But just keep that in mind, because I know some people don't know what they don't know. Because again, I get a lot of requests, and people just don't realize that 75 other people ask for the same thing today. But anyway, getting back though, it's important for the most part to monitor your guitar as far as, has the action kind of raised up on me, or is it fine? I don't have to do anything but change strings periodically. But if you do, Guitar Center, Sam Ash, these professional guitar makers and setup guys that come into these stores on certain days of the week, they can hook you up. I mean, your guitar feels like another or new guitar, because one of the first guitars that the first Dave made for me, was a pink guitar. Actually, it was Salmon. It's Salmon. And that's one of my favorite guitars because it represents the 60s, the era, the decade I was born. And when I first got it, it felt good to play because he put another neck on it. And then it started to rise. Got to the point where it was just not really comfortable and fun to play anymore. So I was I actually had posted it to sell it after a while, but I ran into Dave number 2, who sold me this guitar, and I felt the action. I said, man, could you do a guitar setup on me for my other guitar? He said, sure. Sent it to him, $15. Again, like I told you now, $50. Felt like a whole nother guitar. I'm like, I'm keeping this guitar because it feels again like it used to feel. So I'm going to sign off on that note. Till next time, take care. Thanks for watching.